Hey Kaya, great video. You're a super talented person, and I disagree with all the people that are taking your video to be disrespectful about suicide. I think the point that you're trying to make is right on, that cigarette smoking is suicide on the installment plan. The first warning label was put on cigarettes in 1966, and it just said, "Caution, cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health." And so sometime after World War II, they were starting to determine that there were health problems related to smoking. But before that, people didn't seem to understand that smoking hurt them, and a lot of people smoked. And I've always heard that they were given packs of cigarettes. The soldiers were given packs of cigarettes in World War II, and things like that. So anyhow, starting in about, let's say, 1966, when the labels went on the packs, there's been some kind of awareness that cigarette smoking is bad for you. In 1970. They changed the label to say the Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. So we've known that cigarette smoking basically kills you since 1970. So, let's give people a couple of decades to still be stupid. But anybody in the last 25 years, the jury isn't out anymore. All the evidence is in, and has been by that point for almost a couple of decades. All the evidence is in. So anybody in the last 20 or 25 years that would decide to pick up a cigarette has the same mind of someone that is killing themselves. And it doesn't matter necessarily whether they're doing it fast by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge or doing it slowly. They don't like themselves, and they need to just get some help to understand why, and to get better adjusted to life. And I know that sometimes that's impossible, but I don't think most cigarette smokers would claim to be as chronically mentally ill as someone who might be depressed enough to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. But with their actions, that's essentially what they're doing. And it seems like an incredibly selfish thing to do. After you do this harm to yourself by smoking, after you do this harm to anybody else that's around you by blowing smoke in their face, then you litter the damn butt on the sidewalk. You just see them. They just throw it away, and they just stamp it out as if that's something different than littering. Which is nothing more than a demonstration of profound selfishness. The hell with everyone else. I'm just going to throw my shit out in the streets. What if we all did that? What would society be like? So I think your point's right on. Cigarette smoking just shows a profound self-centeredness that is also found in people that commit suicide. It's just all about them, and they're just wrapped up in their own problems. And one of the comments on your video, one of the dumbest comments on your video, is the person who talks about processed foods and various things being bad for us that we eat. Well, sure, we may make good decisions about what we eat. We may make bad decisions about what we eat. But we have to eat. Cigarette smoking is a completely unnecessary elective thing that we decide to do that we absolutely don't have to do. So I just think arguments like that are kind of stupid. But yeah, good video, and it's right on. Smoking cigarettes is committing suicide on the installment plan by people who don't like themselves, and all they need to do is just get some help with that, and quit acting like there's anything cool or normal or good about cigarette smoking. And I think the more we shock people into understanding how deviant their behavior is, how much they must dislike themselves and be uncomfortable with life, to smoke, the more awareness you can put out about that, the better. So maximum respect to you.